Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report, Metro's volleyball squad accomplished something they haven't since 2011.
We'll explain why more than 8 million cars are being recalled here in the U.S.
And have you ever wondered what your professor thinks about the popular RateMyProfessor.com? We'll let you see their reactions and much more.
Welcome to the Met Report. I'm Caitlin Dougherty.
And I'm Anthony Rodriguez. There have been several sexual assaults and robberies on campus. Here's Bryce Thompson with how to stay safe.
In the past 3 months that school has been in session, nearly 3 timely notices have been issued for the Auraria Higher Education Center. These notices were issued as a result of 2 sexual assault attempts and a 4th strong-arm robbery. 2 of these events occurred at the Auraria at Colfax Station on the south side of campus. The other, most recently, occurred between the 5th Street parking garage and the campus-based student housing, Campus Village.
Where we received the timely notice that actually involved Campus Village apartments, and so at that time we took the proper procedures to involve the proper authority with the situation.
Despite Auraria campus being ranked as one of the safest campuses in the state, dangers still lurk.
They should absolutely be aware of the fact that we are truly an urban campus, and so that making sure that they're walking in groups, staying in well-lit areas, possibly carrying cell phones with them. We also have another great program here that the Auraria campus offers, which is the Night Rider program, which allows students to park their cars and call the Night Rider to come and escort them from one location to another location.
When asked how they feel about being in downtown Denver, this is what some students had to say.
Yeah, especially being in downtown Denver, you don't really know who's going to be walking around. And
Most Auraria students, however, are aware of the dangers of being downtown and have taken precautionary measures to ensure their safety.
I actually have some pepper spray, so...
In light of these timely notices and the threat of common street danger, there are several professional ways to keep yourself safe as a citizen of Denver. Measures should always be made to stay vigilant while in public. Day or night, students and citizens should keep a watchful eye of their surroundings, paying close attention to suspicious characters. If someone you see looks up to something suspicious, don't hesitate to dial 911 or call the campus police at 303-556-5000. When walking from night classes, try walking in groups or with another person to ward off untrustworthy people. Despite the timely notices that have been issued across Auraria campus, it still remains one of the safest campuses in Colorado. For the Met Report, I'm Bryce Thompson.
Want to study abroad but need some financial assistance? You might qualify for the Boren Scholarship. The scholarship is for U.S. students interested in studying abroad in places like Africa, Asia, Central and Eastern Europe. MSU is hosting a workshop explaining the Boren application process and also giving essay tips. It will be held on Tuesday, October 28th from 12:30 to 1:30 in the King Center, room 421. For more information, visit borenawards.org.
Auraria artists are making their mark on the Mile High City. Hosted by the Center for Visual Arts, the Art Ability opening reception promotes local artist workshops, artist talks, creative missions, and collective vision. The event is taking place today from 5 to 6 p.m. To be a part of the event, all students have to do is attend. For more information, please visit www.msudenver.edu/CVA.
Looking to major in hospitality? Make sure to check out the Hospitality, Tourism, and Events Career Fair coming to campus this fall. This fair allows interested students to see the variety of different jobs and internship opportunities available in the Denver metro area. The fair is on Friday, November 7th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Hospitality Learning Center here on campus. Students seeking more information can contact Professor Larry Ambrose.
RateMyProfessors.com is a popular website where students can rave or rant about their professors. But what happens when the professors read these comments? Douglas Coulter has the reactions.
With the fall semester quickly coming to a close, it's time to start thinking about spring classes. And for many, choosing the right professor is just as important as choosing the right class. In order to do this, many turn to sites such as Rate My Professor to help them along the way. This week, we set out to see what professors think of the site and see what their reactions are when they read some of their ratings.
It gives students a chance to to comment on their professors and give some feedback. It gives other students who might be searching for a particular teaching style or a particular personality in the classroom, gives them a chance to perhaps find that. Don't let the bong jokes fool you. This professor is terrible. I've never had to drop a class in my 4 years of college except for the intro to oceanography with this guy. Knows his stuff but shouldn't be giving pop quizzes. And extremely difficult cumulative exams in an intro course. No curves. That's not true. I curve all of my courses. So here's a student who dropped out without understanding the grading. And written assignments. They have other assignments, you know.
Not all the feedback is negative, however.
Funny, interested in what students take to say. Good professor. So you know, I think it's fine. I think the real test of whether or not a professor is good is for the individual students to show up to the class and see what their experience is with the class.
To see the full-length videos, visit our website at www.mymetmedia.com. For the Met Report, I'm Douglas Coulter.
With such beautiful fall weather and all the changing colors, it's hard to believe winter is right around the corner. But fall isn't the only season here. Flu season is also here to stay for the next few months, and it's important to be ready for it. One way to prepare is by getting a flu immunization. Flu shots are free for Metro students with a valid student ID at the Flu Shot Clinic next Thursday, October 30th, right outside the health center.
Well, I've got my flu shot. Although the semester is just halfway over, you can start planning ahead thanks to MSU Connect U. The full spring class schedule is now listed online. You can find it on your Connect U account at msudenver.edu by clicking the spring class schedules link. Priority registration begins Monday, November 3rd, and spring classes begin Tuesday, January 20th. Well, registering for classes is always a frenzy, and obviously I'm a little bit far away from graduation, so I've got a little bit of ways. I got to wait for all the seniors and the juniors like yourself to get their classes going.
Yes, I am one of them, and I just have a few classes left, so hopefully I can just get in there and finish up.
Get through the frenzy and get those classes you need. It's always crazy for sure.
Exactly.
All right, well, joining us for weather now is Cynthia Maldonado. Cynthia.
Happy Friday to everyone. Well, we're starting off today's weather at 77 degrees. Our lows are at 76 and high through the rest of the day is going to be at 83. Now to our our Denver averages, you can see that today's highs is 64 and the records state that today exactly almost over 10 years ago, temperature was at 83 and the same goes for low temperatures at 90 and that record was taken up in 1984. Now to our next weather, you guys can see at 2, we top off with 81 degrees. That's what the day drive is going to be. And at 4, temperatures do cool off at 79 and through the rest of the day, 6, when you're coming in from home, from work, or any other activity, temperatures are going to be at 72. Now to our next weather. For tomorrow, Saturday, degrees at 81. Perfect day to go out, do any outside activity from biking to, rollerblading. Just enjoy this day because it's going to be perfect weather for any outside activity. Now for our local weather, I'll have your local weather coming up after the break. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Cynthia. 80 degrees, that's good. I'm glad. Keep with the 80s, keep with the 70s as long as possible. I love the fall. Obviously.
I do as well.
Halloween coming up, so we'll hopefully keep those nice temperatures as long as possible.
Yes, and speaking of, don't have any plans for Halloween?
We'll tell you where you can find a good drink while wearing your favorite Halloween costume.
Coming up later in sports, the rankings are out. Find out where Metro's men's and women's basketball teams are ranked in the preseason poll. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. The sentencing of Oscar Pistorius, known as the South African Blade Runner, finally comes to a close. Pistorius claimed he mistook Revon Steenkamp, his girlfriend at the time, for an intruder when he shot and killed her through a bathroom door on Valentine's Day in 2013. Pistorius was sentenced Tuesday after a lengthy trial. He was found guilty of culpable homicide, the intentional and unlawful killing of another person. Pistorius was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison and will serve at least 10 months behind bars before he can ask for house arrest. The runner will spend his time in a private room inside the hospital section of the prison.
The FBI says it is investigating the possibility of 3 American teenage girls who claim they attempted to join ISIS while they were detained in Germany. The 3 high school girls were traveling from Colorado to Frankfurt before they were arrested. But since the girls are under 18 years of age, they are not expected to face charges. 2 of the Denver girls are of Somali descent and 1 is of Sudanese descent. A law enforcement official said to ABC News the girls were arranging a trip to Syria to join militant groups to fulfill what they believe is some vision that has been put on a slick media campaign by ISIS leaders. It's reported that one of the girls told German authorities they were traveling to Turkey to study, but none of the girls' parents were aware of the trip.
2 people are dead following a shooting rampage in Canada, including the suspected gunman. Now Canadian police are trying to determine whether the shooter acted alone. Miles Potter has the latest.
The suspect gunman behind the attacks at the Canadian War Memorial and inside Parliament has been identified by sources as Michael Zahaf Babo. Babo had a history of drug use and recently was converted to Islam. Canadian affiliate CBC reports that he was killed by a sergeant-in-arms inside the Parliament building. 1 soldier was also killed in the shooting, Corporal Nathan Cirillo.
Attacks on our security personnel and on our institutions of governance are, by their very nature, attacks on our country.
3 other people were hospitalized following the shooting and have been since released.
All available and necessary resources were activated and deployed immediately when we became aware of the incident. They will continue to be here for as long as they're needed.
Witnesses say they heard rapid gunshots in the matter of seconds.
All of a sudden just heard a shot, turned around, and there was a guy with a rifle just around on the back corner, and just pow, pow.
The first shooting took place at the memorial around 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. The second shooting took place in the main entrance of the Parliament building, then moved towards the library. President Obama has been briefed on the shooting, according to the White House. NORAD has heightened its alert presence, increasing the number of planes in response to an incident if needed. I'm Miles Potter, reporting for the Met Report.
8 million cars across the country are in danger due to recalled airbags. Federal safety regulators and the Toyota Motor Company are warning car owners about the newly recalled airbags that explode. Almost 8 million cars have the defective airbags manufactured by the Japanese company Takata. Police are investigating the death of a woman who was driving a car with these airbags in Orlando. Authorities say the woman suffered stab-like wounds in her neck that were apparently caused by the exploding airbags. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it is aware of 6 incidents involving the defective airbags.
The fashion designer and world-famous icon Oscar de la Renta has passed away. The 82-year-old Dominican designer came to the United States when he was just 18 years old. During his legendary career, he made his mark on the industry and dressed celebrities including Michelle Obama, Laura Bush, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Oprah Winfrey. De la Renta was diagnosed with cancer in 2006 and lost his battle this past week.
Downtown Denver alleys are getting a makeover. The city's Public Works Department has a plan to improve 16 alleys across town, including the 32 blocks around the 16th Street Mall. Lighting and accessibility will be improved in these formerly shady places to allow people to use the alleys as connection corridors or as functioning event spaces. The first alley to receive improvements is between Champa and Curtis.
Did you miss it? A once-in-a-million-year comet graced the atmosphere of Mars. Siding Spring was the cause for all the hype. This dense ball of ice is raising concerns among space agencies with probes and extraterrestrial vehicles in orbit around the red planet. NASA has made adjustments to its satellites' orbits in order to avoid any collisions with the celestial missile.
The number of children in the emergency room because of mistakenly consumed edibles has increased, and this has some people urging a ban on these items. In a meeting with an edible marijuana stakeholders group on Monday, Colorado's Department of Public Health and Environment suggested that edibles such as brownies, cookies, chocolate bars, and sodas be taken off the shelves. Although it is just a suggestion with no legal action behind it, the final call will be made by the Department of Revenue's Marijuana Enforcement Division. This isn't the first time this suggestion has been made. The advocacy group, Smart Colorado, also wants edible versions of marijuana to be clearly labeled.
If you are looking for something fun to do on Halloween, check out the festivities on Market Street. Join thousands of costumed guests as they crowd Lodo bars and pubs for Denver's Halloween weekend pub crawl. The exciting crawl is one of the largest in the country, and it features the best bars and drinks Denver has to offer. Register now for tickets to get your spot in this popular Halloween tradition. For more info on registration, visit www.pubcrawls.com.
Well, I'm not of age yet to attend the Denver pub crawl. Obviously, next year I'll be able to go, but I cannot wait for the Halloween festivities to start. This is just the beginning. We're only a week away.
Oh yeah, me too. Do you have any costume ideas?
I do, but it's kind of a secret for next week's Met Report show, so people are just going to have to tune in to see it.
All right, can't wait.
Hey guys, well, we have clear blue skies the rest of this weekend. As for Saturday, as you can see, no rain at all, which is a great thing. As you can see, Gunnison 68, Durango 72 with the low of 43, now to the west 79 with low of 50s. Down in Lamar, we have very high temperatures for you folks out there, 85 with the low of 48. Now on to Sunday's local weather. There's not much change in weather. As you can see, the only difference is that Alamosa has gone from the 70s to upper 60s to a low at 36 and down to Grand Junction, still similar weather. And then for you folks out traveling, DIA 77 to 44. Now on to our national weather. Our friends down in Seattle are expecting some snow. As you can see, this green represents some form of precipitation. And then there is this cold front, which is going to be moving down south-southeast, causing the East Coast receive some sort of cold, wet weather. And then for Sunday, to be real honest, there's not much going on. Only to the west terrain, we do have some cold temperatures approaching their way. Now for the 5-day forecast, look at that, Monday, 55 with low of 32. Do encourage you to don't leave your house without your umbrella or without your rain jacket. You are going to need it. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, temperatures do go up. Friday, 67 with low of 39. So like I said, Monday is the day to not leave your house without an umbrella. And we have perfect temperatures through the mid of the week. So what do you guys think?
Well, 50s, 60s, we're getting close. We got to keep pushing back that first snow. I don't want it to be at Halloween like it has been more often than not. So keep pushing that back. No snow. Keep the rain coming, but that's.
You know, usually my birthday and Halloween, it's snowing. I think last year at this time, I think all of us were wearing big jackets, scarves, and everything. So
oh yeah, it was a little bit colder.
Yeah, so 50s, 60s, that's good. Just keep that the way right now, because Halloween, I would like a snowless Halloween. That'd be good.
I love snow, so.
Me too.
It's around the corner.
All right, well, after the break, Melanie Townsend gives us a look inside the popular 13th floor.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the mile high to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was doing a little dancing, things, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Met Report.
Now joining us for E-Met is Mari Mickey. Got any scary news for us, Miss Mari?
I do, Caitlin.
You know, with Halloween right around the corner, that means it is the perfect time for a haunted house and to spend your night there. But for now, let's take a trip down to the Amazon for some terrifying 8-legged news. Giant spiders have always been a part of nightmares in horror movies, but this spider from the Amazon takes nightmares to a whole new level. Commonly known as the Goliath, this spider can grow to be a foot across, becoming the world's largest spider. This spider is equipped with many defense mechanisms, including its prickly hairs and inch-long fangs. Although the Goliath has a venomous bite, it is not deadly for humans. Puppy dog-sized spiders, no thanks. And I'm sure that others would agree that giant arachnids can be checked off their list of no thank yous.
We all have those little things that make us go, ew, no way, and oh my gosh, I'm going to go cry in a corner. We ask our fellow Auraria students what their deepest phobias are and if they can share their experiences with us.
I'm scared of clowns because my dad used to wake us up like every Halloween morning with like this huge clown mask, and it was the freakiest thing ever, and I was like 4.
My friend came over and spent the night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. He sees a spider about the size of my fist, maybe a little. It was freaking huge though. So he grabs a trash can and smashes it, and then we're like, all right, we're good. And an hour later, he's like, all right, I'm gonna lift the trash can, and the spider was gone.
I have a huge phobia of tornadoes, really, really bad. I have nightmares about them, that 4 of them are coming on either side of me, and I'm running from them.
My phobia is snakes. I was at the zoo once. They put one around my neck. It started to choke me out, freaked me out, so I hated snakes ever since.
I'm afraid of getting hurt, like falling and like breaking my arm. My friends have broken their arms and I've never broken a bone before, and it just freaks me out to be in that much pain.
Those are all definitely things that are fright-worthy. But that's what Halloween is all about. Being scared half to death, getting chased by a creepy guy with a chainsaw, paying a visit to the 13th floor.
It's dark. It's twisted and menacing. It is scary as... The 13th floor is the most terrifying and thrilling haunted house attraction in Denver. The Met Report takes you on a behind-the-scenes look of Undead the Possession and Dwellings of the Dead. Once a large abandoned storage facility, this place of horrors plays on the superstitions and fears of the 13th floor that so many actual buildings across America try hard to avoid. Creepy, evil, possessed girls, who doesn't love them? And they all have only one thing on their minds, to scare the living out of you. This is just one of the many things you'll find here at the 13th floor's Undead the Possession attraction. Got inner demons? Well, they'll feel right at home in here. Dark tunnels, underground sewers, and spiders, not your style? Well, you're going to love this next part. Dwellings of the Dead is equipped with lunging spiders, giant man-eating monsters, and this guy. Let's see how these creatures from your worst nightmare prepare for a night of fright.
I am Mischief the Clown outside.
How long does it take you to get in your full costume?
If we can actually sit down and do it from beginning to end, probably about 25 minutes.
I'm part of the possession, and I'm the girl that sits on the moving bed. Usually I come awake and start throwing pillows around, and people get really scared.
People are all lined up and ready for what lies in store for the 13th floor.
Don't act scared, or they'll go after you.
I've never been in, so it's my first time.
The Met Report team even went inside and barely made it out alive. So come to the 13th floor. It's always good for a scream. For the Met Report, I'm Melanie Townsend.
You have to be one brave soul to make it through a place like that. So if you're thinking about taking a rain check on partying with possessed girls this weekend, how about you sit down and watch some great new must-sees.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? You gotta check it out.
I want to see that.
That's so cool. I can't wait.
We have to go and check that out.
Let's see.
You ever feel like even after someone you love has died, there's still a way you can talk to them? This is where Debbie died.
Keep telling yourself it's just a game. After a friend is brutally killed by a dark spirit, a group of close friends foolishly awaken demonic spirits through a Ouija board. Will they reconnect with dearly departed friends or something much more sinister? Stars of the film Douglas Smith and Olivia Cooke find out that the Ouija board is a game they will forever regret playing.
Nice ride.
Thanks.
How much?
Excuse me?
How much for the car?
She's not for sale.
You have good day, sir.
Daisy.
I lost everything. That dog was a final gift from my dying wife.
Keanu Reeves makes a killer return with his new movie, John Wick. Reeves plays an ex-hitman who comes out of retirement to track down the gangsters that took everything from him. With New York City as his bullet-riddled playground, this movie is sure to be the perfect mix between action and thriller. You guys, I would definitely rather see John Wick over the Ouija board. I'm not good when it comes to scary movies. I love the Halloween time to dress up and have fun, but when it comes to being scared, count me out of it.
Ouija board movie, no. And I don't even know. Keanu Reeves, post-Matrix. I don't know. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, hopefully it's good.
Definitely over the Ouija movie. I'll definitely see that instead of the Ouija movie for sure.
I don't like scary movies, but talking about scare, I heard you were like super scared at the haunted house you guys went to.
13th floor, we had a good time. Josh, our general manager, he was a little more terrified than me. I wasn't.
I heard you were like super scared and you were yelling like a girl and all this.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But what's a haunted house if you're not getting scared to death, right?
Exactly.
That's true.
Well, stick around. Sports is next.
All night long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
Now joining us from Net Report Sports is John Madden.
Thanks, Anthony. After claiming their 8th Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference regular season title last year, the MSU men's basketball team has been picked to repeat as RMAC champions. In the latest RMAC preseason poll, MSU received 12 of the 14 first-place votes, with the other 2 votes going to University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Metro finished last season 22-0 in RMAC play. Metro was also ranked 5th in the new national preseason poll in Basketball Times released Tuesday. Big things are expected of Metro State, who will open the season at home Friday, November 14th. As for the women's basketball team, they were picked 6th in their RMAC preseason poll. Colorado Mesa was picked 1st in the poll, followed by Black Hill State and UC Colorado Springs. The Lady Roadrunners, coming off a 13-14 record last season, will be returning one starter, Denny Jacobs, who led the team in free throw shooting percentage last year. This year's team will have plenty of new faces, with the roster featuring 8 freshmen. The Lady Roadrunners will open the season Friday, November 7th against Baker University. Men's soccer now. The Roadrunners headed to Golden to take on Colorado School of Mines this past Sunday. Doing themselves no favors, Metro fell behind early 4-0 just 22 minutes into the game. Give the boys credit, however, they did spark a rally in the 31st minute on a goal by Dustin Berg, scoring on a 25-yard shot through traffic. Josh Belfridge opened the second half by netting the goal 21 seconds in to cut the deficit in half at 4-2. The smooth operator Berg later calmly converted a penalty kick to make the game 4-3, but Mines piled on 3 goals in the final 9 minutes of the game to make the final score 7-3. Metro fell to 9-4 on the season and 6-4 in the RMAC Conference. MSU-Denver will host Colorado State Pueblo later on today at 4:30. We've all been to school, and we know about bullies. Playing Regis on their home court has been the bully of the women's volleyball team since 2011, as Metro hasn't tasted victory in over 3 years there. Metro had a chance last Friday to finally knock that bully out. The 23rd ranked volleyball squad was sitting at a solid 15-3 record going against the 14-4 Regis Rangers. Starting off with the kill from Kylie Hoagland in the first set, Metro came out on fire offensively and worked their way to an early 18-13 lead. Metro would later take the first set on this kill from Julia Dorsey, who laid the smackdown on that ball. The Rock would be proud, Julia. Highlighted by this kill from Maggie Stewart, Regis would wake up in the second set and rally from being down 21-20 to win the set. But defense would ultimately be the key for Metro in the game, as Dorsey does it all, this time on the defensive side, blocking the shot, which gives Metro the third set. Wag your finger like the Dikembe Mutombo, Julia, wag it. And in the fourth set, Metro finally defeats the bully as Regis' shot sails out of bounds, giving Metro the four-set victory 3-1, improving their record to 16-3.
We outblocked them 13-6, and then if we had 90 digs, that's pretty special effort in 4 sets. So, it's just a very determined group of girls. We found a way to win tonight. Neither team played particularly well. I know we both have more in us, but we found a way to win.
The number 15th ranked women's soccer team faced Colorado Christian University on enemy turf in Lakewood Friday. With the playoffs birthed in Metro's sights, another dub in the win column would make those playoff chances look even better. Going into the game, Metro had a 10-1-2 record, while CCU was sitting at 3-7. We picked things up in the 23rd minute where senior Abby Roth showcases some awesome footwork until the ball finds its way to junior Mackenzie Reiber, who then sets up senior Carissa Price in front of the goal for the score. It was our RMAC leading 8th goal this season. Stellar play by UCC's goalkeeper Shyla Lawrence, including this diving save, helped keep the score 1-0 heading into the half. More of the same in the second half, where Metro was unable to pad their lead as Lawrence makes another save from a shot attempted by Carissa Price. So you may be wondering where footage of MSU's goalkeeper Brianna Flores is. Thanks to great defense like the keeper away you see here, you're not going to see her in this highlight because UCC only had 2 shots and none on goal the entire game. Sorry, Brianna. The 1 goal in the first half was all Metro needed thanks to that suffocating defense to get the victory, 1-0.
All over, our defense has been so much better. So we've got our midfield playing defense, we have our forwards playing defense, and it's a mentality, and that's why we get the ball back so much.
We got to continue to be focused, but also to be better, and I think what I've told them all week long is, it's about results, but at the end of the day, it's about playing good soccer, and we want to be playing our best soccer in the RMAC tournament and then postseason.
With that win, MSU actually clinched the playoff spot, so now they'll be playing for home field advantage. I also want to take this time to give a shout out to the Metro student athletes who ran the Denver Rock and Roll Marathon this last Sunday. We were definitely well represented out there.
Absolutely. Probably some of the best athletes obviously around. And how'd you finish in the good old marathon there?
Man, when I finished, I actually jumped into the arms of a random spectator.
And did they take you with open arms?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They gave me a shoulder to cry on.
They didn't be like, what are you doing? All right. Well, that does it for this week's edition of the Met Report. For Cynthia Maldonado, Mari Mickey, John Madden, Caitlin Doherty, and the entire Met Report staff, I'm Anthony Rodriguez.
And don't forget to check us out on mymetmedia.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at the Met Report. See you on campus.